We can't even have Cold War zombies anymore. In fact, we can't even have Cold War in general, whether that be zombies, multiplayer, or anything in between. Yes everyone, the plot has thickened. This has gotten even worse when it comes to hackers and Call of Duty's longevity and the overall lifespan of the older games. At some point last week, I made this video about Black Ops 3 and many other CODs that are taking an absolute beating from not only hackers, but also Activision themselves, and this is because that they are indirectly contributing to this problem, that being about the hackers that are kicking people out of lobbies and stealing personal information sometimes. I go into it more in depth on this video, but I finished recording that and I thought surely this can't get any worse. And would you believe it? It just did. Now a similar thing that's happened to Black Ops 3 and other COD titles is happening to Cold War. Charlie Intel also tweeted about this too, and with that tweet saying what it does, this situation is bad. Their tweet says, there is currently an exploit in Black Ops Cold War on all platforms where a person can gain access to a player's IP, crash their game, or potentially cause other issues. No indications so far of it happening in Modern Warfare 2 or Warzone 2. Activision have not addressed this, nor have they stated they're aware of this problem. Would be best to avoid Cold War till fixed. Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, this game came out not even 3 full years ago. We're more closer to about 2.5, somewhere in that time frame. I just want to throw that out there. This is not an old game by any means. And not only that, but this is Treyarch's most recent game, so people that really like Treyarch games, you know, like myself, they're gonna go and just play the hell out of those games. It's the most recent zombies mode we've had, it's a very different feeling zombies mode we've had, and the multiplayer is okay too, but for me personally, I play the zombies more than anything. But whichever mode you play, I'm just using zombies as an example here, in these more recent COD games, you have to be connected to the online servers constantly. Even if you're playing on your own, not wanting to be online and you're just in your own little session, you have to be connected to the servers, and for the hackers, this is a bonus for them. They now basically will have a monopoly over the Call of Duty servers. If you absolutely have to be online, then they can see every human being that is on a Call of Duty game at any given time. They have software that is able to pull your IP address through these servers, and if you don't know, your IP address is something that you don't want anyone else knowing about other than you. It's about location addressing and stuff, but I'm not going to get into the specifics. Essentially, if they get hold of your IP address, they can find out personal information about you, and it is not good. This is obviously a similar thing that was happening with Black Ops 3 and Black Ops 2 and all of the older Call of Duty games that people do want to go back and play, but now they can't because any of those servers, those clients that were made by some really talented people that made the game safe for people to play, and they could turn to this as a way to not only preserve these older Call of Duty games, but have fun with peace of mind that nothing bad is going to happen. As it should be with the game, by the way. And I don't think I need to say this, but it should be that way with any game you play, whether it be Call of Duty, Apex Legends, freaking Roblox, like anything. Any game that is online or offline, you should be safe playing them and be able to have fun. So these modders did a really good thing. They made these clients that let people not have to worry about any hackers or any bad stuff happening to them on these COD games. And then what do Activision do? When the problem has been fixed for them for free, they were throwing out cease and desist letters like that scene on The Grinch. But now we're in a position where there are ways around this stuff with the patch that Sirius made and all of that other stuff. They all got put out of business, and then the only one left is Plutonium, which I'm really hoping that that one stays. So not only have we lost all of these clients that were really helpful for the Call of Duty community, but now we might be able to lose any of the COD games that exist. These modern Call of Duty games aren't safe at all. The same thing that the hackers can do on these older ones, they can now do on the newer ones. And that's because these newer Call of Duties are built on the same engine and have been for quite a while. If there's a security flaw in one of the older COD games back then, there's gonna be the same flaw with the modern ones now. That is basically the way that this is looking. And that's why these more modern titles that you would think Activision would at least stay uptight with their security on those ones, even though it should be for all of them across the board, but regardless, you would at least think that that is what they would do. They're not doing it. Those clients that people were making for the games to be able to stay alive essentially, and for everyone to stay safe, Activision shutting them down is now directly working against us. By them shutting down these clients and not doing a good enough job with the security on the newer games, and even for the older games too, they are indirectly helping the hackers hackers, and that is insane. And with Activision doing what they're doing, and the hackers doing what they're doing, we're at a point now where there's a lot of COD games we can't even play anymore, pretty much all of them. All except for Vanguard and Modern Warfare 2 right now, but honestly, I would stay away from them because I guarantee they're gonna have the same issues too, especially if Cold War did. That is one of the more recent COD titles. And now there's this chokehold where the community just can't enjoy these games. And this is a threat that can happen to anyone. Content creators are even more at risk, and the whole thing is escalating really quickly. A solution is made, Activision take it away, and not only do they do that, but they don't offer their own in return. And so we're just being deprived of safe ways to play Call of Duty. I actually do really like Cold War as well, so this is just a sad day, to be honest. The only solution right now is play offline on console. Apparently you can do that. That doesn't mean just hop into a solo game, it means physically disconnect the Wi-Fi or the Ethernet from your console, and then you'd be able to launch the game and it would put you in this local mode. You won't be able to have your upgrades though, your perks, anything like that sadly, so that's also really annoying, but it's the best we can do until hopefully Activision fixes this, although as the days go on, I really am wondering if that is actually even on their to-do list right now, and if it ever will be. Apparently you can also use a VPN on PC, but honestly the best way you can be 100% safe right now is not play these games. Just don't play them. Don't launch up Cold War, don't launch up Black Ops 4, anything like that. Call of Duty is now at a point where it is make or break for Activision. They either have to fix this, offer a solution, or just abandon Call of Duty. There's no other way around this. Okay, hopefully they don't do that last one. Cold War right now has been a strong contender for one of their most popular Call of Duty games over the past 2.5 years. So this problem is only going to get worse by the looks of things, and it's really sad to see this happen to Cold War. Let's just talk about the legality of this for a second. I don't think I need to tell you this, but from the looks of things, I am no detective at all, but I'm just gonna make a pretty good guess and say I don't really think that this is very legal. If it wasn't before with the BO3 stuff and all of the other older titles we talked about, then this right now adds way more fuel to this fire, and it looks like Activision could definitely get sued as a result from this and all of the other incidents adding up. With the problem getting this out of hand to the point where everyone is telling everyone not to even touch these games right now, and if you do, you've got to take these extreme precautions, VPNs, patches, third-party software, all of that. Activision are knowingly letting this slide. They've given no statements, no anything, and they are still continuing to sell these products to consumers that aren't aware of the problem for one, and also the problems still persist. They are selling products that are essentially putting people at risk. So I've got a feeling that they might be able to get sued for that. And if that does happen, then that might give them the kick they need to actually get up and do something about this. Because from a safety perspective, an entertainment perspective, and a legal perspective, this should not go on for any longer. Now we don't have to worry about having another bad COD game, we've got to worry about not having any COD game. And all we can do right now is hope that this issue will be addressed. And other than that, this has just left me speechless. This is snowballing into a worse problem, and us players are getting punished for it all. So if there's any takeaway from this video, just to summarize, I feel like I need to say this again. The best thing to do would be to not play these games for now. So whether you're playing new Call of Duties, old Call of Duties, or any of the games from that weird Twilight Zone in between, or even if you're not playing them right now, stay safe out there. But anyways, I'm going to leave this video here today. If you enjoyed or found this informative, be sure to smash the like button. Comment your thoughts on this down below. Do you think Activision are going to fix this? Or do you think there'll be some sort of solution? Or do you think they're not going to do anything and this is only going to get worse? Subscribe to the channel if you aren't already, you won't regret it. And turn on the notification bell too to stay notified whenever I upload a video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.